Can you see my slide? Okay.
Yes.
Is there any like blockage or black shadow at all?
可以看到。
有没有那些什么阴影的？
没有。
没有哦，好，好，好。I'm working at compounding pharmacy now. Yeah, compounding pharmacy. I don't know whether you have an idea about a compounding. Compounding is a pharmacy where you can make your own drug. Like you make cream, you make capsule, you make liquid. So for whatever you can't get from the commercial product, you can go to compounding pharmacy to get it. Yeah. Okay. So the first I would like to talk about the culture difference between Australia and Taiwan. Yeah. Because the difference in the culture. So that make when you trying to set up a rule or you want to do something, then there's a different approach. The first, in Australia, trust is very important, and also the honesty. So normally people, they trust you, and people trust each other. So when government trying to set up a guideline or set up something, they normally trust you. They trust pharmacists. Okay. So they won't set up a penalty rule like something, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you will get penalty. You'll get fined for like maybe $5,000 or something. No. In Australia, because everything is built up in trust. So that will make things working easier. So instead of penalty, they normally put the incentive. Like if you do this, if you do that, we will give you money. Yeah, instead of I'll find you for the money. Okay. So that's a different. And the second thing is we call proactive. So you know active. Yeah, active is good. But proactive means you have to be good than active. So when you work in a pharmacy as a trainee, they try to train you. You have to think ahead, look ahead, see what problem or see what problem you will encounter maybe later. So sometimes when you work in a pharmacy or in your workplace, you try to okay, I'll just finish my work today and I'll be finished and done. But tomorrow the problem's still there. So in Australia, the training for a trainee, they're trying to give you an idea or try to ask you to think of the future or and solve the problem, not just today. They wanted you think of the problem ahead. Okay. And also they set up principle instead of answer. Yeah, see, why I say that? I think when I sit in the exam for my pharmacist exam, yeah, because in Taiwan, if like for example an oral exam, what would you expect if your interviewer asks you a question? What do you normally do? You're probably trying to answer all the question for those who you know, and how about those you don't know? How would you answer? But in Australia, the first time I failed my exam, and I didn't know how do I pass the exam after I failed. But after 6 months, I met a tutor, and the tutor he said a very important key word to me. He said, my tutor said, okay, safety is the best, is the number one principle. So when you answer the question, you try to give a safe answer instead of accurate or 95%, 99% correct answer. No, 99% correct answer sometimes can still kill the patient. So safety, how do you practice anything in in a safe? That's very important. So to sit in the oral exam in Australia, safety is the biggest principle behind. For example, because in the exam there are so many questions. Okay, in one question, they even eventually you just say you told the patient, say, okay, you told the interviewer, say, oh, take the Panadol and go back home, have a rest. And if still not feel better, see the doctor. This answer is better than you recommend a lot of things, or you can have this, or you can have that, but eventually you kill the patient. Yeah. So give a safe answer or safe approach is very important. It's not in the exam, it's also in your everyday practice. Yeah, safety is always important. So when you work in a pharmacy, in a hospital, doesn't matter in a hospital or in a community, just make sure safety is very important. Yeah, try not to tell something you don't know. Yeah, people try to fill the gap when they don't know something. They're trying to fill the gap. Okay, but sometimes when you try to fill the gap, it probably will kill someone. So don't do that. Yeah, just trying to give a safe answer. Okay. Okay. In Australia, all the medication, medicine or chemical, they are fit into certain category. So the first one is called S2. S2 is we call Schedule 2. Schedule 2 is pharmacy medicine. S3 is pharmacist only, and S4 is normally the prescription only, and SA is controlled drug. Okay. 所以说在澳洲也有所谓的药局的用药，还有药师指定用药，或者是处方签药，或者是这个管制用药。所以 so S3, S2, S3, S4, and SA. So you just have an idea what's the category or schedule in Australia. Okay. In Australian pharmacists, this is very important agreement. What is the agreement? This is agreement. Normally they set up every 5 years between who? Okay, the first one is the like Minister of Health and Aged Care, and also the Pharmacy Guild, and also Pharmaceutical Society of Australia. So every 5 years, they will sit up and negotiate the money, and also negotiate what can we do and where are we heading to. So this year, we already come to the seventh community pharmacy agreement, which we call 7 CPA. So it started from July 2020 until June 2025. Okay. So it's 林玉芬 is that right? Okay, I didn't see you. 可以听得到吗？林玉芬还是分玉林分林玉 ？Yeah, can you introduce yourself? 林玉芬。Can you turn on your mic? 林玉芬，可以打开麦克风吗？那个在你的那个左下角有一个 mute 跟 unmute 这个键，有一个麦长得像麦克风的 ，you can turn it on。在左下角有一个按键，好，等你打开了，你出个声音哈。好，我们再继续。So we'll keep going, yeah. Okay, so that 7 CPAs is very important agreement in Australia for pharmacists. Yeah. In Taiwan, we don't have that. So, okay. So what is the what is the like program in the 7 CPA? Yeah. Normally they give they will get get a big money from the government and they use the money to do something. Yeah, to improve their professional. Like the first one is home medication medicine review. What is home medication medicine review? Which is a pharmacist, accredited pharmacist. Just you have to get you have to go to like have a training to be a home medication review pharmacist. And sometimes the doctor will, if the patient is taking more than 5 drugs, and patient had problem for taking their medication, then the doctor will refer this patient to the pharmacist to do a review. And the pharmacist will normally will go to patient's home and check with what medication they are taking and any complementary medication as well. Then they will give a report, then send it to the doctor. And according to this report, then doctor will sometime will change the maybe will take the advice from the pharmacist and change something medication to the patient. And the second one is residential medication management review, which is aged care. 这个东西就是所谓的老人院的那个一些用药的the review. Yeah. So same as like home medication review. Residential is like for elderly people that live in aged care. Yeah. They can get the service from the pharmacist, and the pharmacist will get paid. Yeah. And we get those paid from guild. 这个 guild 就是药师工会，所以药师工会它有很大的权力，他们有很多的钱，所以每5年这个药师工会会跟政府坐下来谈一谈，然后拿到一些经费，然后根据这些经费去做一些会补贴一些药局，或者是鼓励药师去走向一些专业的服务。Okay, the third one we call med check. So from the wording, you can see is medication check. And the second one is diabetes medication med check, which means diabetes patient, then they will come to your pharmacy, and if they are eligible, if they are okay, they are fit into the criteria, you can ask them to sit down and you talk to them. You ask them questions, and there's a computer program. You just ask those questions and discuss those information or the medication they are taking. Just probably will take you about 20 minutes to half an hour. Then you will get paid from the guild, and every patient can do once every year. And the fourth one is the dose administration aid program. So what is that? We will talk about that later. We will have a photo for that one. And the next one is indigenous dose administration aid program. So this is for indigenous, 就是原住民，他们在澳洲。Those indigenous people, they are protected. They are vulnerable. So government will care about their health. So that's why they spend a lot of money in like Aboriginal people. And the last one we call stage surprise service program. Yeah, what is that? Because sometimes when people they're on a special drug, for example, is like morphine drug or something. Sometimes could be benzodiazepine. So sometimes when doctor prescribe one box, 50 tablets. But sometimes people, after they got that 50 tablet, they finish and come back in 3 days. So what would you do? So the doctor will maybe on the prescription, doctor will put down, okay, please supply 7 tablets once a day, every time. Then which means patient have to come to the pharmacy to pick up 7 tablets every 7 days. So that's what we call stage supply. Yeah, because in the past, when the pharmacy doing this job, we don't get paid. And it takes a lot of time for the pharmacist or pharmacy to do that stage supply things. So now we can get paid, yeah. And we are more like happier to do this, yeah. Because some people, they do abuse the medication. So we have to monitor the usage for the medication. Okay, and the next slide is so what's the role of Australian pharmacists? I would say the first one, the pharmacist in Australia is just like half GP. 所以澳洲药师的角色在澳洲其实就有一点像半个家庭那个家庭科的医生half general practitioner the role, yeah. Because people, when they have problem, they normally come to see pharmacists first. They won't go to see the doctor because sometimes it's a long queue. When you make a booking, will be next week. They won't be able to see that. Sometimes they can't see the doctor when they need it. So that's why they come to the pharmacy first. And the second role is
老师不好意思，我可以打开那个麦克风了。
OK， 好，终于你知道你的中文名字是什么？
林玉芬。
林玉芬所以我没猜错。
嗯。
好，所以有任何的问题你们就不管你用英文，或者是我的英文你听不懂，你直接就马上，我鼓励你们插嘴，直接就插进来。Yeah, I encourage everyone, if you can't understand or if you are interested in which topic, just cut me, just interrupt me and ask the question. I'm very happy you do that. Yeah. Okay. And the third role for pharmacists in Australia is we have to liaise with the other doctor or nurse, sometimes will be the family. Yeah. So in pharmacy, in as a community pharmacy, I think most of the time, the most of the time I spend with is those phone call. You have to take the phone call maybe from the doctor, from family, from the patient. They ask question, or you have to tell them, oh, this medication is wrong. On the prescription is written wrong or something. You have to specify with the doctor, rectify. You need to contact those people, or sometimes the nurse, or the nurse in the aged care. Okay, the fourth one is notary public. Notary public 这个在中文哈，就是叫做一种叫做公证人啊，例如说法院的一些公证人啊 ，certifier。Yeah, because sometimes people will patient will bring in a document, and so you can see the stamp here. What can you see on the stamp? It say I certify that is a true copy of the original. 所以说，在澳洲的药局，我们有时候我们需要做这个证件的公证，好，我们要公证说，他们有时候就是带了一个，they bring in a copy version with the original. So we put a stamp on the copy version, say this is a true copy. Then they can send that copy version to anywhere. So we charge some pharmacy. In the past we don't charge this. We don't charge people for this service, but now for the last 5 years, because it does take time. So sometimes we charge about maybe Australian $1 or $2, or sometimes can be $5. Yeah, to do this job. And the last one, in Australia, pharmacists can do vaccination. They can jet people. Yeah, like remember, like a couple of years we had COVID. So the pharmacists they can do the injection. 他们可以做那个预防那个疫苗啊，疫苗的接种。所以澳洲的药师是可以做这个工作的。But you have to sit on in a course, a course, and then get a certificate before you can do this. Okay. Okay, so we already talked about what pharmacists can do. We can do medication review or med check. Those service we get paid from Guild.